This is not a test.
Black skin, black sauce, black Jesus, black music, black skin, black sauce, black Jesus, black music, black skin, black sauce.
I'm gonna pull up the Baphomet statue that's in Washington.
Yeah, I know that.
Right?
That's the half
Yeah.
Baphomet.
They have a
Bring it out,
Baphomet
King.
statue in Washington.
Bring it out.
They do though.
Look at this. Hold on. We gotta find the full statue. We gotta find the full statue. Hold on. There we go.
Yeah. Damn.
Now this right here. Notice the similarities between the Baphomet statue and the Columbia seal for Columbia University. She's sitting in a chair. There's children around her.
Right.
The Baphomet is sitting in a chair. There's children around him.
Yep.
One hand is pointing up. One hand is pointing down. We go back to the Columbia. One hand is upward. The other hand is downward. On the left side of the seal, there's some more Hebrew letters. It says Ori-El. Ori-El is God is my light.
What?
But it's a idol in the picture. So it's an idol, but you got the Most High name, but then God is your light.
That's
Laughing.
crazy.
Where else do we see this combination of nonsensical items? We see it on the dollar bill,
Right.
right? We got the pyramid, we got the eagle, we got the seal, and then we got in God we trust.
Right.
Right.
That Latin word, our enterprise.
Right.
Hey, that's right.
And coeptus or something like that.
That's right. That's right. So the reason I want to bring this out is because what fellowship haveth light with darkness, man? What fellowship haveth light with darkness? Can you be in the dark and in the light?
God can't comprehend that light.
Hey, that's right. The light was shown upon men and they comprehended it not.
That's right.
And that's what we got going on. Read that one more time. Proverbs 4:19. This is what's going on with this wicked nation.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 4 and verse 19. The way of the wicked is as darkness. They know not at what they stumble.
Hey, they don't even know what the problem is, right? So when we out here teaching our people, yo, brother, you gotta take that NASA shirt off. You know what I'm saying? Like, why people start wearing NASA shirts? Why brothers want to wear a NASA shirt all of a sudden? Where did that trend come from? Here you go. Right? But where did that trend come from? Yo, you don't even control your own mind here in this nation.
Right.
Go ahead, get that out of one.
God, this is the book of 1 Peter, chapter 2 and verse 9. But ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, and holy nation, a peculiar people.
That's right. Come on.
That ye should show forth the praises of him who have called you out of darkness into his marvelous light.
He called us out of that darkness, man.
That's right.
That's why 4th of July, we don't do no damn 4th of July, man. Right. Why am I gonna celebrate the 4th of July, which is the celebration of a nation breaking the rules of their former nation?
That's right.
They couldn't get down with that no more.
Right.
Then they start their own thing and they built that on paganism.
That's right.
And then they enslave my ancestors and kill all the indigenous people and call it a Christian nation. These the double-minded type of people we dealing with. They'll put an idol on the seal and put the Most High's name on the same seal.
It's crazy.
Salaki.
Go ahead.
That's subliminally keeping us in sin and wickedness for throughout.
That's what I'm saying.
You see what I'm saying?
Perpetually.
Perpetual sin. And we follow, we praise those things. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, our people get mad. Our people get mad when we bring that out. Did you know also that this was common knowledge before the Civil War? Everybody knew that Columbia was the goddess of America before the Civil War. Everybody knew that. It was common knowledge because it was on all the propaganda. It was on the Uncle Sam posters. It was in movies. It was in political cartoons. Everybody understood that. Matter of fact, when you go to the Capitol today, Columbia is still on the top of the Capitol building. Have you ever asked yourself why they don't have high rises in Washington, D.C.? They have no high rises in Washington, D.C. because they passed a law that no building could be taller than the head of the goddess.
What?
So they saying you can't be above my God.
Wow.
That's what they saying. Then right under Columbia, inside the State House, right? So you're on top of the State House, you got the Columbia statue. Then inside that same building, right inside that dome, is a painting called the Apotheosis of Washington. I want you to look up the word apotheosis. I'm gonna give it to you real quick.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yup. Apotheosis definition. Tell me what the definition of the word apotheosis is.
Apotheosis, the highest point in the development of something, culmination or climax.
Okay, the highest point in the development. Have you ever seen the evolutionary chart that shows a man going from a monkey all the way to a man?
Yeah.
The apotheosis in the evolution theory is supposed to be humans becoming humans because that's our highest point. But they believe there's a point higher than that. They believe that once you reach a certain degree in their systems, that you become God. Keep reading.
Which one do you
That's on the elevation.
Yeah, read that one. The
Okay,
second
I got you. The elevation of someone to divine status, deification.
Hey, the elevation of a person to divine status.
Right.
They have a painting in your state house that you don't even know about because you vote and you don't care about nothing else.
Right.
They have a painting called the Apotheosis of Washington. That same Baphomet statue that we just talked about, George Washington is also in the same pose of Columbia and the Baphomet statue with one hand up and one hand down, holding a book under that painting. And the painting is called the Apotheosis of Washington.
You got that on there?
Yes, we're gonna show it. Let's show it.
that.
Please.
And to make it even deeper, when you look up, Washington is in the clouds. He's in the clouds surrounded by little naked Caucasian babies. Why they obsessed with that, we don't know. And if somebody bring them up on charges, yo, you in the pedophilia, you can't get away. Right? Because you in paintings with little naked babies. You can't get away.
Right.
Right? But let me show you this.
Bring it out.
All right. This is crazy.
Crazy, man.
All right.
Symbolism and everything.
Hey, in everything, and that's what I want to point out, is that these other nations, everything they do is symbolic. That's it right there, Adawan. And look at it. Now this is I'm gonna show you as well. This is in the State House, right above that Washington statue. Look at this. He in the clouds. Look like white Jesus is there. That's Moses. That's Moses.
That's it right
Washington.
there. That's it. That's what I said. I saw it. That's it.
That's him.
Hey, show that to the camera. That's
We're gonna have to put this on the video because they're not gonna be able to see it. Look at that.
It's a little bit of a glare, but you can see it. You see what I'm saying? And look who that is. Sitting right there in the middle. Right there in the middle.
Good old George, man. And who he's sitting beside? He's sitting beside a lady with a wreath on her head. Let's get that in 1 Maccabees.
Ooh.
Let's get that. No, my fault. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2 and verse 8. Let's get that. Right? Why these demons want to kill all the flowers and put them on their head?
Crazy, man.
fine. I got it.
All right.
You said Wisdom of Solomon?
Yeah, Wisdom of Solomon 2 and 8. Right? You can get it.
This is the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2 and verse 8. Let us crown ourselves with rosebuds before they be withered.
Hey, you see that? They just go into the field, find a bunch of flowers, and say, to hell with the animals that need these flowers. I'm going to put this on my head. You see how stupid and base these people are, man? Right? But he want to paint himself and say the apotheosis of George Washington. Now, right under that painting in the State House, you find this statue. Right under that painting, not in the White House, in the State House, you find this statue. Wow. Once again, One hand up, one hand down. It's the same thing. Why? Because they believe in as above, so below. Right?
Say that again.
They believe in as above, so below. And it's also symbolic, without going too deep into it, right? It's also symbolic of that right-hand path and that left-hand path.
Yeah.
Which witches believe in. That's why when you watch the movie that just came out, The School for Good and Evil, they got good witches and they got bad witches.
Right.
But we all know that there's no such thing as a tree of good and evil. You go to that tree, you gonna die. You go to the tree of good and evil, you gonna get a little bit of good and a little bit of evil, you still gonna die.
Right.
The only type of tree you need to be eating from is the tree of life, man.
That's right.
Go ahead, Adawan.
No, I wanted to show that.
Yeah.
That Baphomet.
That's the Baphomet. Right? These are demons that a white man sat around one day. He was inspired and he sat around and drew up the sketch for this. And then now people put statues up. Like, same thing with Colombia. These people actually created a god. Let's get that Deuteronomy 4:19 one more time. These people created a god. So when we out here teaching our people, yo, you got to come back to these laws, statutes, and commandments, this has become so normal that we sound stupid. It's so normal to worship idols now that we sound stupid. Go ahead. That don't make no sense.
It's the book of Deuteronomy chapter 4 and verse 19. Unless thou lift up thine eyes unto heaven, and when thou seest the sun and the moon and the stars, even all the host of heaven, shouldest be driven to worship them and serve them, which the Lord thy God hath divided unto all nations under the whole heaven.
Hey, you see that? The Most High God allows those nations to do that. He allows them to do that. So when you see a so-called white man say he an atheist and he a Satanist, Most High God has apportioned that to him. That's why we say the white man's the devil that the Bible speaks of.
Right.
And that's also why, what's that dude? Aleister Crowley said he was the devil incarnate.
Right.
He said he by his own admission, he was the most evil man the earth has ever seen.
Yeah.
Right? You don't know no black people that's moving like that. We trying to connect with the divine power and the forces of nature and all this stuff. You know how we do. We ain't trying to be no damn demon, bro.
Nah.
But this is the stuff that they own. Right? So it's not surprising to me to see them walking around like this with these little hats.
This is the book of Sirach, Ecclesiasticus, chapter 17 and verse 17. For in the division of the nations of the whole earth, he set a ruler over every people. But Israel is Yahweh's portion.
Hey, that's right. You see that? Israel is the Most High's portion. We belong to him and he belongs to us.
That's right.
That's how that goes. So when we step out of that order, that's why things start going backwards and we last fired, first hire, and getting shot by the cops with no retribution. Right? Let me show you one more thing with this. So when you look at this damn Baphomet thing, right? One more time. It has both female, it has the female nipples, right? And it also has a phallus symbol in the middle. What that remind you of? What society that reminds you of where you can have the woman chest parts and the man genital parts?
Right.
Right? And then they try to, once again, well, you know, now y'all speaking against human rights. That's their right to do that. Yo, I seen a picture earlier this week of, what's the girl who went to Germany and was locked up?
Brittany Griner.
Brittany Griner, bro. She was shooting. Did you see that? Yo, she done had some type of surgery done. Her nipples and titties and all that is gone.
Yeah, she's a man now.
She got a man's chest. She out here shooting the basketball. I'm like, yo,
Shirt
this
off?
Yes. Brother.
shirt off, no bra, nothing, because she don't have nothing there no more. It's just a bird chest. Like a 12-year-old kid, man. You see what I'm saying? All of that to be an average basketball player. Right, it don't make no sense. Now, this another thing. They wanna, now they put this thing, this thing that you see here in the middle, that's called a caduceus. A caduceus is the symbol that Blue Cross and Blue Shield uses for the medical field.
Right.
It's a staff with snakes twirling around the staff. Now, where they get that from?
That's on a lot of
Let's get that in the scriptures. Where they get that from? Yep. It's gonna be Numbers chapter 2.
I think it's chapter 4. Is it chapter 4?
Hold on, I got it written down. My fault. Let me get that real quick.
That's a John 3:16 cut.
Hey, that's right. That's right, man. So this is the thing that we gotta understand. The left-hand side is very close to the truth. It's so close to the truth, it's almost indistinguishable.
Right.
That's why the so-called Jewish man will say that he reads the Torah. He will say that he reads the Hebrew. Right? He will say that he's keeping the Passover because the lie got to be so close to the truth that only the studied men will truly know the understanding of the truth. Right? So let me get boom, boom, boom. It's going to be, dang, I should have this. Numbers 21, my fault.
What verse is it?
Numbers 21 and 6.
I knew it. I was saying 5 and 21.
Hey, you see that? Con.
This is the book of Numbers, chapter 21 and verse 6.
I'm going to bring that back up, what he just said.
And Yahweh sent fiery serpents among the people, and they bit the people, and much people of Israel died.
That's right, come on.
Therefore the people came to Moses and said, we have sinned, for we have spoken against Yahweh and against thee. Pray unto Yahweh that he take away the serpents from us. And Moses prayed for the people.
All right, so now we're about to see what Moses wanted to do to rectify that problem. Go ahead.
And Yahweh said unto Moses, make thee a fiery serpent and set it upon a pole.
Set it on the what?
Set it upon a pole. And it shall come to pass that every one that is bitten, when he looketh upon it, shall live.
That's why the caduceus represents healing. Because when you was bit by the serpent, if you looked at the pole with the serpent on it, you was healed.
That makes sense.
So now they took that and put it on the left-hand side. But if you not understood and studied in these scriptures, you might hear that breakdown from a Satanist.
Right.
And they give it to you and you be like, damn. And then now you out here with them.
Right.
Right. That's why we got to hit these streets now, man. Because these Satanists, these transgenders, these damn cisgender people, these binary, whatever they call, they have already started hitting the streets. Matter of fact, they've gone further than that, and they start hitting the classrooms.
Yeah.
They got drag queen reading time. So if they can get to the children, then they don't have to worry about getting you. You'll die off. They can silence you, you'll die off. But once they get those children, that's it.
It's over.
Right? I'm gonna bring out some more terms that I wanted to bring out, right? Because these are terms. One of the things the brother Judah brought up, that's the spirit that he even said it. He said the word social norms. I'm gonna show you something. I actually have that term in my research right here. Right? But first, before we go to social norms, let's look this up. I want you to read this quote right here. That one right there in the gray.
When the human race learns to read the language of symbolism, a great veil will fall from the eyes of men.
And you know who said that? A man named Manly P. Hall, who is one of the top initiates in the Freemason School of Thought. He was a 33rd degree. He wrote like all these deep books and all this shit they're supposed to be breaking down and all that, right? So he said, if you learn how to read symbols, a great veil will fall from the eyes of humans. That's why we wanted to go into the Nike Angel. Because when you understand the Nike Angel, now when I see, it don't matter who it is, Russell Westbrook, Kyrie Irving, LeBron James, if I see anybody stretched to the side with a ball, I'm like, oh, Nike. Nike worship. I saw that with Michael Jordan, and we've all seen that picture our whole life. And I never thought nothing about it. Check this out, it gets deeper. When you look at this picture, it says aerial assault. Aerial assault. What does that term mean? Right? Okay. We gonna drop some bombs on you? Right? We gonna fly over, we gonna drop some bombs. How did the Lord say that this nation was gonna get down? They was gonna come from the other end of the earth as swift as an eagle flyer. Right? You see how everything's connected? This ain't no accident. So then I said, okay, my rib was like, hey, I wonder what aerial assault means, if you look it up. Let's look that up.
That's an attack from the air.
That's right. Aerial assault. I can't spell. Hold on.
ASSAULT.
Meaning,
War, man.
it's deep. It's deep. This is a damn war that we in, man.
For real.
This ain't no game. Y'all the only ones playing games, right?
That's right.
Look at it. It says, what is an aerial assault? It says a type of military operation, right? It says aerial assault is a type of military operation, is the movement of ground-based military forces by vertical takeoff and landing aircraft, such as helicopter, to seize and hold key terrain which has not been fully secured. What was Nike's mission with using Michael Jordan in that way? Because let's think about who Michael Jordan is. Run DMC was big for Adidas.
That's right.
But there was no Michael Jordan in the sports world and in the advertising world. White people had to find a way to connect with black people, and they used mass media, marketing, and sports to do so. It was an aerial assault because they could come from here and swoop in, do the damage they needed to do, and come back without being harmed.
Right.
Let's see what happened to Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving says X, Y, and Z, he get dropped. Boom. So guess what? They win twice because they don't have to pay him the money that they're owed on that contract.
Right.
But the marketing and the publication and all that and all the money they made off of his services is already done. And they got a middleman to stand in the way. If anything go wrong, we'll kill you and use somebody else.
Yep.
That's an aerial assault. That's the definition. I want to be able to drop a bomb on you and you can't touch me. Right? So these people have taken crafty counsel. Let's get that real quick. Book of Psalms chapter 83. They're not getting away, man. And the thing that's so funny is it's like if you just do a little bit of digging, you'll start being able to connect the dots.
Right.
You know? But that's what our people don't want to do. You know? We try to stop somebody, it's gonna be too damn cold. That's straight up. It's gonna be too cold for them. All right, go ahead.
This is the book of Psalm, chapter 83 and verse 1. Keep not thou silence, O God. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O God.
Come on.
For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones.
Hey, you see that? They've taken crafty counsel, man. So I just wanted to kind of lightly dive into what that crafty counsel looks like. All right, what's
Black
going on?
skin, black sauce, black Jesus, black music, black skin, black sauce, black Jesus, black music, black skin.